What if I told you that right now, sitting on Craigslist, AutoTrader, and Facebook Marketplace, there are German sedans that should cost $80,000, $90,000, even close to $100,000, and you can grab them for $12,000 to $25,000. Not beaters, not flood cars. I'm talking about full-fat, buttery smooth luxury machines that most buyers walk right past because they don't know what they're looking at. Today, I'm breaking down 5 undervalued German sedans that the market is straight up sleeping on. These are gold mines hiding in plain sight, and by the end of this video, you're going to know exactly which one to buy, which year to target, and what traps to avoid. Let's get into it. I've been deep in the used German luxury market for years. I've tracked depreciation curves, crawled through auction data, and test-driven more E-Classes and 5 Series than most dealerships have sold. These 5 picks aren't random. They're the cars that deliver the most luxury per dollar anywhere in the used market right now. We're going from number 5 all the way down to the absolute crown jewel at number 1. Stick around, because number 2 is the one almost nobody talks about, and it might be the smartest buy on this entire list. Kicking us off at number 5 is the BMW 5 Series F10. And look, I know what you're thinking. BMW F10? Everyone knows about that car. But here's the thing. Knowing about it and actually buying it at today's prices are 2 completely different conversations. Current market price is $8,000 to $18,000, depending on trim and mileage. Original MSRP, $52,000 to $75,000 new. That's up to $67,000 of depreciation. Gone, absorbed by someone else, and you get to walk in and pick up the pieces. The F10 generation is widely considered the last truly driver-focused 5 Series BMW made before the brand started chasing tech trends over driving feel. The 535i with the N51 turbocharged inline-6 is a revelation. Smooth, torquey, and sounds absolutely menacing when you put your foot down. Why is it so cheap? 3 letters: maintenance reputation. People hear BMW and used and they run. And honestly, on a neglected example, they're right to. But here's your insider move. A well-documented, properly maintained F10 is not the money pit people think it is. Cooling system components, valve cover gaskets, and the occasional oil leak are totally manageable if you factor it in. The market punishes all F10s equally, the abused ones and the pristine garage queens. That's your arbitrage. Best year to buy? 2013 to 2014. The early teething issues were ironed out, and you're buying before the higher mileage cliff hits. What to avoid? Skip the 228i with the N20 4-cylinder. It's fine, but you didn't come here for fine. Walk away from any car without a full service history. Avoid X-Drive and dry climates, more complexity, more cost. And always get a pre-purchase inspection to check for timing chain wear on high-mileage N20 engines. For around $14,000 to $16,000, you can have a car that drives better than most new $50,000 sedans. That's the F10 proposition in a nutshell. Number 4 is where things get really interesting. The Mercedes-Benz Y210 E-Class is, in my opinion, one of the most criminally undervalued luxury cars in existence right now, and the numbers back me up. Current market price, $9,000 to $22,000. Original MSRP, $51,000 to $70,000 new. This was Mercedes before they went full touchscreen everything and started cutting costs on interior materials. Why is it so cheap? The Y210 has a reputation, partly deserved, partly overblown, for rust on the rear wheel arches. This scared buyers out of the market in droves. But here's what the fearful crowd doesn't tell you. Southern and Western US examples don't have this problem. Buy a car from Arizona, California, Texas, or Florida, and the rust story basically disappears. The market dumped the price on all Y210s, regardless of where they spent their lives. Buyers in Sun states are sitting on gold they don't even know about. Best year to buy? 2014 to 2016. Facelift models with improved electronics, updated infotainment, and a cleaner reliability record. The E350 is the sweet spot. The E550 is glorious, but fuel costs add up. What to avoid? Pre-2014 cars from Rust Belt states, Ohio, Michigan, Pennsylvania, New York. Inspect those aggressively. Skip the E63 AMG unless your maintenance budget is ironclad. Watch for rough idle, which can indicate air-fuel mixture sensor issues, and make sure the transmission fluid has been serviced. The 7G Tronic box loves fresh fluid. A 2015 E350 with 70,000 miles, loaded with options, for $16,000 is a car that will make every single person who gets in the passenger seat ask what you're driving. This is old money luxury at used Honda prices. Number 3. The Audi A7 C7. Let me be blunt, no car on this list turns more heads per dollar. The A7's fastback silhouette is genuinely one of the most beautiful shapes ever put on a four-door car, and right now, you can park one in your driveway for the price of a base Toyota Camry. Current market price, $13,000 to $28,000. Original MSRP, $67,000 to $88,000 new. Let that sink in. An $88,000 car with quattro all-wheel drive, a supercharged V6, air suspension, MMI navigation, and Bang & Olufsen sound is sitting at $15,000 to $20,000 on the used market. Why is it so cheap? The A7 depreciated savagely because it sits in a weird category. It's not quite a sedan, not quite a coupe, and luxury fastbacks don't have a huge resale following. On top of that, Audi's reputation for expensive repairs sent buyers towards simpler cars. The result? A dramatic, technological masterpiece that the average buyer ignores, which means you can scoop it at a fraction of cost. The 3.0T supercharged V6 in particular is a gem, smooth, powerful, and more reliable than its turbocharged siblings when properly maintained. Best year to buy? 2013 to 2015. The first model year gremlins are gone, the pre-facelift design is arguably cleaner, and you're hitting the sweet spot of depreciation versus remaining life. What to avoid? Skip the 2.0T four-cylinder entirely. It's the wrong engine for this car. If the MMI system is glitchy or unresponsive, walk away. Repairs are expensive. Make sure the DSG or S-Tronic transmission has been serviced on high-mileage examples. Check the ride height on air suspension cars. If it sags overnight, budget for airbag replacement. And sunroof rattles are very common and usually signal a deferred maintenance culture. The A7 is the car you buy when you want people to genuinely stop in parking lots and you want to spend under $20,000 to do it. It's a statement piece at Toyota Camry money. Number 2 is the wild card, the Alpina D3, and I guarantee most of you have never even considered this car, which is precisely why it's on this list. Current market price, $14,000 to $26,000 in European markets, with US gray market imports available. Original MSRP, $55,000 to €72,000 new, effectively $80,000 to $90,000 at today's exchange rates. Now, Alpina is not a tuner. Let me be very clear about that. Alpina Burkhard Bovensiepen MBHL is an officially recognized German automobile manufacturer with its own VIN codes, factory plates, and homologation. They take BMW platforms and re-engineer them from the ground up. Hand-assembled engines, unique suspension tuning, bespoke interiors, and exclusive Alpina-specific components. The D3 Biturbo is based on the BMW 3 Series, but with a twin-turbocharged 3.0-liter diesel inline-six, producing around 350 horsepower, and brace yourself, 700 newton-meters of torque. This car will pull from 30 miles per hour to 150 miles per hour in a way that will rearrange your internal organs. Why is it so cheap? 2 reasons. It's a diesel, and American buyers avoid diesels emotionally, even when the math is overwhelmingly in diesel's favor. And Alpina is completely unknown to the general public. Most buyers see what looks like a nicely optioned 3 Series and move on. They don't see the Alpina badges. They don't know about the hand-built engine. They have no idea what they're walking past. That's your advantage. Best year to buy? 2013 to 2015 Biturbo, the refined version of the D3 with the most power and the best reliability record within the lineup. What to avoid? Any car without full Alpina service documentation. Providence is everything here. Never buy without having an Alpina knowledgeable independent BMW specialist do a pre-purchase inspection. Make sure you're buying the real deal. Always verify the VIN against the Alpina registry. not just a car with an Alpina body kit on a standard 3 Series, and check that the AdBlue and DEF systems haven't been neglected. The Alpina D3 is a hand-built, factory-certified, genuinely rare automobile that the most of the market can't even identify. If you want the ultimate "I know something you don't" car, this is it. It drives like a sports sedan, cruises like a Grand Touring, and costs less than a base BMW 3 Series off the lot today. Number 1. The one you've been waiting for. The Mercedes-Benz CLS 550 W218. This is not a close call. This is the undisputed champion of the undervalued German sedan category, and the numbers are almost embarrassing. Current market price, $14,000 to $28,000. Original MSRP, $74,000 to $96,000 new. You are looking at a near $90,000 automobile, Mercedes' flagship four-door coupe. The car that literally invented the four-door coupe segment is available
today for the price of a used compact crossover. The CLS 550 comes with the 4.7-liter twin-turbocharged V8 bi-turbo, producing 402 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque. It has rear-wheel drive or 4MATIC all-wheel drive on some specs, a 9-speed automatic gearbox, full leather interior with ambient lighting, Burmester audio, and a design that still looks more modern than most new cars on the road. Why is it so cheap? The CLS sits in depreciation hell for a very specific reason. It's a niche body style at a premium price point. When buyers shop used luxury, they reach for the E-Class or S-Class, known commodities with broad appeal. The CLS is the car for the buyer who doesn't need to explain themselves, and that buyer pool is smaller. Add to that the twin-turbo V8's reputation for being complex, which it's really not with proper care, and the market prices these cars like liabilities. They are not. Best year to buy? 2014 to 2016. Post-facelift with revised suspension tuning, updated bi-turbo engine mapping, and improved reliability data. The sweet spot is a 2015 CLS 550 with under 80,000 miles and a clean Carfax. What to avoid? Skipped oil changes are the #1 killer. The bi-turbo V8 is oil maintenance sensitive, so walk away from any car without records. Budget $800 to $1,500 for air suspension if a strut needs replacing. Get it inspected, non-negotiable. Watch for rough or delayed transmission engagements. Fluid service is cheap, but neglect kills gearboxes. Go for the 550, not the 400. The V6 is good, but it's not the V8 story. And avoid heavily modified examples. Factory spec is how this car was meant to be experienced. There is no car on this list, or arguably anywhere in the used market, that delivers more raw luxury, presence, and performance per dollar than the CLS 550 W218. This is the car that makes valets straighten up when you pull in, the car that makes neighbors look twice in the morning, the car that used to sit in $90,000 showroom spotlights and is now sitting on AutoTrader waiting for someone smart enough to see it. That someone is you. So, let's recap the Goldmine list. Number 5. BMW F10 5 Series, the driver's car at bargain basement prices. Number 4. Mercedes W212 E-Class, timeless luxury, irrational depreciation. Number 3. Audi A7 C7, the most beautiful fastback in the game. Number 2. Alpina D3, the hand-built secret weapon nobody knows exists. Number 1. Mercedes CLS 550 W218, near six-figure luxury for under $25,000. Here's the play. Get a pre-purchase inspection on every single one of these. Budget $150 to $200 for a specialist inspection. It will save you thousands, and it will confirm whether you're buying a gold mine or a trap. If you found this video useful, smash that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more people who are tired of overpaying for average cars. Subscribe if you want more content like this. We go deep on undervalued cars, depreciation curves, and how to buy smart in the used luxury market. Drop in the comments, which one are you going after? I read every single comment. See you in the next one.